For decades, losing weight meant one grim script: eat less, move more, and mostly fail. Then a shot rewrote the whole story. A single weekly injection, first built for diabetes, quietly became the most powerful weight tool doctors had ever handed a patient. Its name is Tirzepatide, though you probably know it as Mounjaro. Here is how it truly works and where the fine print hides. So what is this thing? Mounjaro belongs to a family of drugs that copy the hormones your gut naturally releases after a meal. The older cousins in that family, Saxenda, Ozempic, Wegovy, all pull a single lever, a hunger pathway called GLP-1. Mounjaro pulls that same lever, then grabs a second one too, a pathway called GIP, two switches instead of one. Doctors believe the pair works as a team, each amplifying the other. And that partnership is exactly why this newcomer beats everything that came before it. One molecule, two targets, and a body that quietly stops begging for the next snack. Here is the clever part. It fights weight from several directions at once. First, it turns your appetite way down. Food simply stops feeling urgent, and the mental noise about snacks goes quiet. Second, it slows how fast your stomach empties, so a small plate keeps you satisfied for hours instead of minutes. That fullness after barely eating even has a name: early satiety. A couple of bites and your body swears it is done. Third, it seems to coax your cells into burning fat a touch more efficiently. Stack those effects together and the math tips in your favor on its own. You just want less, you fill up sooner, and the pounds start sliding off without the endless war against hunger that sinks most attempts. But does the hype survive real testing? A large trial, thousands of people, published in a leading medical journal, pitted the drug against a dummy shot, with everyone also eating better and moving more. The placebo group lost about 3% of their weight, roughly what lifestyle alone tends to buy. The lower dose landed near 15%. Push higher and average loss climbed toward 20, then leveled off around 21% at the top amount studied. To picture that, a 200-pound person dropping 40-odd pounds on average inside a study. Figures like those were simply unheard of for a weight drug. It did not nudge the field forward. It lifted the ceiling of what a medicine could even do. To see why that leap matters, rewind the timeline. For years, the only pill worth naming was phentermine, a metabolism nudge worth maybe 5 to 8%. Then arrived the first hormone-mimicking shot, a daily injection that pushed results into the low double digits. A few years later, semaglutide showed up, Ozempic for diabetes, Wegovy for weight, a once-weekly shot that raised the bar again, near 15%. Each step was real progress, but gentle progress. Then the two-receptor newcomer landed and vaulted somewhere between 15 and 21%, and there was a quieter victory too. With the older shots, some patients hardly responded at all, while with this one, almost everybody watches the scale finally move. Now the fine print, because no honest drug is free. The most common complaints are gut-related: nausea, loose stools, or the flip side, constipation. Some people feel a bit drained or weak, which tracks when you are eating far less than usual. A few notice achy muscles and joints. Here is the reassuring part. Those effects are mostly tied to dose, and starting low then climbing slowly tames the worst of them. Then the scarier headline you may have bumped into: thyroid tumors. That warning flag came from rodents given the drug, and it is taken seriously. Yet across the big human trials, researchers found no link to thyroid cancer in people. Worth knowing, worth raising with a professional, not worth panic. Every medicine is a bargain, and the real question is never only does it work, it is what does it ask of your body in return. The question everybody asks: do you inject this stuff forever? Honest answer: nobody fully knows yet, because the long game simply has not been studied enough. What clinicians describe is more hopeful than you might expect. Plenty of people stop and keep the weight off. Some even keep slimming afterward. Months on the drug appear to shrink how much the stomach comfortably holds, so that full fast feeling lingers long after the final shot. There is a catch, though, and it is the part nobody loves hearing. The medicine is a tool, not a magic wand. It works best alongside real habits: balanced plates, sane portions, a couple of solid meals, and movement you can genuinely sustain. Skip those, and the weight tends to creep back in. Doctors also steer clear of quitting cold turkey. Easing the dose down gently is what keeps rebound rare. Build the habits while the drug carries you, and they hold once it lets go. So, the big picture, a genuine leap, not a gimmick. Powerful, remarkably consistent, and mild enough that most people barely notice a downside, as long as the lifestyle rides along with it. But here is the line that matters most, and Mochi means every word. This is an explainer, not medical advice. This is a serious prescription with real risks and real rules, and only a doctor who actually knows your body can decide whether it belongs in yours. Never the internet, and never a cartoon blob nursing a coffee. Curious what the science says about the next big thing? Stick around.